Hello there! This is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys my review of the LEGO Star Wars Endor Speeder Chase Diorama set. It is set number 75353, comes with 608 pieces, and is rated ages 18 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $79.99 and in Canada for $99.99. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review starting with the box. So, putting the box right front and center, you can see this very nice Endor sort of scenery meant to represent, what this film is based off. Very unique that they've been doing with these diorama sets. So you can actually see the Death Star in the corner there with some nice trees to represent, obviously, the Forest Moon of Endor. The set itself has a little bit of a greenish glow emanating from the background. So it's a black box, but has some nice sort of green, like shine to it, which is pretty nice. You of course see the main set there. Flipping it around, you can see the scenes that the set is drawing inspiration from, with the Princess Leia and Luke facing off against the Speeder and the Stout Trooper. As you can see, sort of reenacting that scene one-to-one almost, which is pretty nice. And then you have the dimensions of the set, which is 20 centimeters or 8 inches tall and 28 centimeters or 11 inches across. Now taking a look at their manual, it is a longer style manual than what usually comes in, I gotta say. It's a little bit more like a magazine is how I describe it. Because it's an 18 plus set, it has some nice images from both how the movie was made, some behind the scenes images, then images straight from the film, which is pretty nice. Also some info from the managers, some storyboard reels, and then of course the LEGO set, which is all very nice. Next up, of course, we have the extra pieces that you're left with after building the set. So you get some nice, plant pieces, some studs, and other sort of Technic beams and whatnot. And of course, a trusty brick separator. So pretty nice set of extra pieces there. Taking a look at our first minifigure of the set, we have Luke Skywalker. And overall, this is a decent minifigure, though not a perfect one. For starters, he should have dual molded legs to represent his black boots. They have started the black pants, which is somewhat accurate, but it is supposed to be black around the edges, so a little disappointing from LEGO not to do that, especially for an 18 plus set that you're already selling for higher than you would for a play set. So hopefully in the future they'll put more into doing these dual molded legs for these figures, just to get the accuracy better, because it is meant for collectors. That's why it's marketed as 18 plus. Of course, overall, the minifigure looks pretty decent in my opinion. I know some people dislike the two characters, Luke and Leia, in this set. Personally, I think they do a decent job, but again, there's just some things that I wish LEGO would do to make the figure even better. And he does have a double-sided face. This is the exact same headpiece as what we get in the Death Star throne room. Taking a look at our next minifigure, we have Princess Leia. And again, some of the same gripes for this figure. It does have the correct bluish printed pants, but it should have a dual molded legs to represent that, as she has black boots on. Overall, I don't hate the torso print as much as some others personally. That's just me. Some are going to dislike it more than others. I think it does an okay job of capturing what it looks like. This is our first Endor Leia figure, so there's bound to be improvements in the future, because of course they're always going to keep making new original trilogy sets. So as the first time they made this figure, it's not like I absolutely despise the printing on it. I just think it definitely can be improved in the future. Taking a look at Princess Leia's face print, looking pretty nice, and she does have a more of a scowling or angered look for her double-sided face. And our final minifigure of the set is a Imperial Stout Trooper, and this is an excellent figure. Great printing from the torso down to the belt to the leg printing there. No arm printing, as it is solid black arms. Got some nice printing on the back torso. Does have a flesh head underneath with a pretty typical sort of flesh printed head. That's how I describe it. Not a unique one by any stretch of imagination. Pretty reused common one there. But overall, this is another nice Stout Trooper for sure. Now, taking a look at the Endor Speeder Chase diorama set, and first things first, I gotta say, this is definitely an interesting diorama, because I definitely feel, personally, there is more iconic scenes or moments during Endor that they could have made instead of this one. I'm thinking, the Endor bunker, just the outside of the bunker, or something involving the Ewoks, or even, Luke facing off against the Stout Troopers when he loses his speeder bike. That's just me personally. So doing this one, it definitely, you see what they're trying to do, and I think it comes out okay, but it's definitely not my favorite overall finished diorama. Now, starting off with the quote, and this is minor gripe, but it is quick, jam their comm links, center switch. Most of the other quotes from the film are ones that I feel are actually like iconic quotes, like, from the throne room, I am a Jedi like my father before me, and the Force is strong with this one from the Death Star trench run as examples. This one I don't think is an iconic line by any stretch of the imagination. I almost feel like maybe move closer, I'm trying, which is a line that Luke says to Leia, and she responds to him as they're chasing the Stout Trooper. Might have worked a bit better. Of course, you also have the printed LEGO Star Wars sign, but yeah, like, they didn't have a lot of options. They obviously only wanted to do the one quote, quick jam their comm link, center switch, only comes from Luke Skywalker as it is listed there, rather than doing two people with some other lines. But it's definitely not the most iconic line from the film, or really this chase to me personally, and it's why I'm not the biggest fan of this diorama, because I've really liked some of the other dioramas, including these quotes, that I really do feel are very iconic from the franchise, and I just don't think this is such an truly iconic moment from either Endor or just the entire saga, let alone Return of the Jedi. Now, you also do get the printed 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi sort of plaque printed onto this brick here, so very nice there. Taking a look at the speeder bikes, and I gotta say these are pretty nice designs for speeders. I think it definitely looks pretty good overall in terms of how they were built, and you can definitely fit your characters on. In fact, flipping around, you do have the room to fit both Luke and Leia on this speeder bike, as I try and find the best angle to show you, which we will place the characters on in a moment, but just showing some of the other scenery. Definitely a lot of plan pieces to represent the sort of, forest of Endor. Trees are definitely very hard to do in LEGO. Let's be honest here, like, it's very hard to do very effective trees. Even some mocks that utilize trees don't look that well, in my opinion. It's very hard to capture the true look and scale of trees, but I definitely feel like they could have done a little bit better than this. That's just my opinion, though. Quickly showing off the Stout Trooper on the speeder bike, so it is pretty easy to pop him off. There's just this little sort of clear translucent piece that you place the speeder on, but just showing it with the Stout Trooper on. You can see you place the figure's hand on there, and it is a pretty nice design how they got it, so you could fit the character and not break the pieces as you try and fit his hand on. It works quite well. Obviously, you can also take off his other pistol if you wanted him to use both hands, but then just placing it back on, you really have your own sort of choice how you want to place it. Oh, as I pop the piece off, but here's the piece, as you can see, and you just sort of can choose, any sort of spot on it, and then just play around with where you want it to be. So right there, we'll place him back there. Take a look at Luke and Leia on the speeder bike. As you can see, has it attached there. Works pretty well having the characters on. It does take some playing around to get you to be able to have both of Leia's hands on the controls, which is a little bit annoying. You can kind of see some bend occurring. The box does show there is a way, but I was trying to place it the way it has it on the box and in the manual, and it just wasn't working for me, so this is how I managed to get it on. So it takes some playing around to fully get them able to have both hands in to represent her controlling the speeder, but it works quite well having Luke and Leia together. I think it captures them quite well. And really, that's about it when it comes to the Endor Speeder Chase diorama. As you can see, it looks okay having them together. I did sort of pump off where the exact set is supposed to be in terms of where the speeder is supposed to be. But like I said, definitely not my personal favorite diorama set. And at its hefty price tag, it's definitely one that I think you should wait for it to come down in price through sales, or more specifically, if you're only looking to get it from LEGO, probably wait for it to go at least double points when they have one of their many double points events in order to get more VIP points, essentially be able to put that towards more LEGO in the future. I think that's your best bet, in my opinion. I still think the concept is very unique, and I hope they continue to do more dioramas, but this is definitely, in my opinion, a little bit of a miss, and it's definitely not one that you have to feel like you need to pick up if you're not the biggest fan of either Return of the Jedi or this particular scene. I definitely think that allows you to not necessarily need to get this one compared to some of the other dioramas that I just think are so excellent and so well captured iconic moments from the films compared to this one. With that being said, that's all my opinion. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the LEGO Star Wars Endor Speeder Chase diorama in the comments down below. Are you guys fans of this set, or are you guys doing a pass on it? Please leave a like and subscribe. Please leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.